Everybody, we are live, and it is an exciting time to share this information with each and every one of you. This is Todd Cahill. I'm the author of You vs. You and also the CEO and co-founder of the Inside Out Institute. And today we are going to be talking about overcoming challenges in your life that some of you that are watching this might be going through such a hard battle and you don't even know how the heck you're going to get to tomorrow. Some of you are been through the battle and you're kind of on the way out. And some of you might be going through the tip of it right now, and you're very nervous, you're very afraid. Now, life is filled with challenges all the time, and it really is how we respond to those challenges and how we react to those challenges. So today, I want to talk about the overcomer of the week that we want to highlight. Her name is Colleen Rekers, and I want to get to her story real quick. I want to get to her background, and then we have a couple of questions for you, Colleen. So thanks for joining, obviously, the show and really kind of going through some of the challenges and times that you've had and overcoming. So tell us a little bit about you and your background, and we'll kind of go from there.
Sure. So I'm a mom of 7 children, and I have a 30-year law career. I'm a certified health and wellness coach, an integrative health practitioner, and I'm a transformational leadership coach.
Nice, cool. Well, tell me a little bit about 2020. How has that been going for you? I know a lot of times right now, people with like the election and, going in our fourth quarter of 2020, how has it been for you? And what's been some of the most difficult challenges that you might have faced?
Yeah, well, 2020 has been difficult for everybody. I mean, we've had COVID, we've had the riots, we have the political discourse that we still have and chaos. And so it's been challenging, but then you also have the personal struggles, the things that you go through yourself. So many of us were thrown into this situation where we had to homeschool all these children. And I had to work from home and also homeschool 7 children. So it's been difficult. We also lost 2 dear family members this year. And that was very difficult. I have a son who has challenges, and we just found out he has a rare heart condition and he's going to have heart surgery. So there has been tremendous things that when I look outside myself, I think, wow, why aren't you curled up in a ball and you're, upset and, not functioning and all of that. And I had to think, why is this different? Why am I able to overcome?
So let's talk about that, because that's a very difficult situation. I mean, 7 kids, having to homeschool, you have a child that's having some health issues there too, loss of some family members. Tell me, because this is what's challenging for myself, challenging for even the highest driven, competitive, purpose-driven achiever out there. I mean, how do you stay consistent? Or I'm sorry, that's my second question. How do you stay in action in the difficult time? Because if you're going through any of these challenges, especially when it comes to relationships or matters of the heart, the last thing that you want to do is maybe go to the gym. The last thing you want to do is, like you said, curl up in a ball. That's what you want to do. But how did you personally really stay in that action and continuing to do that?
Yeah, well, it really has a lot to do with IOI. I mean, the KPIs, doing the key performance indicators, which are the great things that you do every day to stay on track. Meditation, it's all those things that you think you don't have time for because you're busy, and you don't have time. But those are the things that make your life so much better and bless not only you, but your family too. So it was doing the daily meditations, doing the exercise, showing gratitude for others, and staying that high vibrational level. It almost kind of shielded me from some of the chaos that was going on around me. And I woke up one morning and I thought, why I'm happy. I have a family member who's passing. I have all these challenges, my son, everything else. Why am I happy? Why am I feeling full of gratitude and all those things? And I was just thrilled that I had come so far, and that instead of retreating, I'm taking time to recharge. So I'm taking care of myself in those moments when I need to take care of myself, but getting right back on track to those things that are getting me towards my goals and things that are making, things work for me and my family.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, how have you been dealing with just the consistency? So you about Inside Out Institute and having a coach and having a practitioner and having myself and Emmanuel Zavaios. I mean, I know when I'm going through difficult times, having a guidance and support team, someone there to support you and guide you, and because it's very difficult to go through obviously these hard times alone. And of course, a lot of times people will be like, well, I pray and God's my mentor. And that's awesome. And I totally agree with all of that. But sometimes you just really need a human being to kind of walk you through that storm, to guide you. So how has that been good for your consistency to have that support, that coaching, that encouragement throughout, since you started up until now? And then how does that really kind of, made you overcome a lot of these battles that you've been facing?
Yeah, well, a lot of it is showing up sometimes when you don't even feel like showing up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also being able to reach out, which I've had to do. And I haven't been very good at it because I've been that, I was a single mom of 5 children on my own, and I was, in survivor mode, and I always had to do it by myself and for myself and all of that. So it was all about being able to be vulnerable with people and be able to reach out and get support and stay on track, stay in motion. And so even when there was days I didn't feel like it, or days, I always showed up and I was there, and it really paid off in how I was able to handle these difficult times with my family.
Absolutely. Why not when someone's watching this, they might be like, well, you don't know my situation, right? And I think a lot of times we have that perspective when we go through, when we kind of listen to like personal development and personal growth. It's like, well, that person doesn't know what I'm going through. And, and with that said, though, there's a lot of empathy for all of us, because we really don't. I mean, I don't know what you're going through, and you don't know what I'm going through. So I think we do have to have a lot of empathy. But on the motivational and inspirational side, it's like, okay, if not you, why not? If you can do it, why can't I do it? If she can do it, why can't I do it? And I think in the tests that we all face, when we're in that kind of where we could really like crawl up in a ball and not do anything and not take action. How has that been for you to kind of build your self-confidence? And what can you say to somebody that might be kind of like dragging their feet and not doing that action? And what they might not realize is the action actually overcomes the fear, and it actually gets you kind of in a different state. So that way you start to compartmentalize it, take it bit by bit, piece by piece, step by step, instead of looking at the big, huge picture. And that, I mean, can cause a lot of heart palpitations, overwhelming feelings like I got to do, oh my gosh, what do I do? So talk to me a little bit about like that kind of inspiring someone that might be going through some hard times, that they can do it just like you did.
Sure. Well, I mean, I've definitely been there where you don't believe that anyone else can feel what you're feeling or experiencing what you're going through. But the thing that I've really learned is that when you're vulnerable and you really talk to someone and you really get to the human side of someone, we all have battles. They may look different, they may feel different, everything like this, but we're all going through battles at different times. And this persona that sometimes you see on social media or out in the, where you're smiling through the pain that you're feeling on the inside, we've all done that. And so the only thing that I tell people, and I've had several friends that are going through difficult times, and I just say that you have to trust, you have to believe. And if you don't have belief in yourself right now that things can be different, then borrow my belief that I'm here for you, and borrow my belief until you gain your own. But just stick with me, and I'm going to be by your side, and let's do it one step at a time. And by doing that and them getting into motion, it starts this whole snowball effect where they start feeling better about themselves, and they're amazed at how things can change for them as well.
That's amazing. And the next question I have is, what has Inside Out Institute really meant to you, especially looking back, when you got started up until now, and what's your vision of where you want to go with it?
Sure. IOI has been amazing because it really was fully aligned with what I always thought about, combining the subconscious work with the conscious work. And there was never, ever anything like that. So although I had done a lot of conscious work, I hadn't done that subconscious work. And that was a game changer for me. So when you put the two together, the healing and the places that you can go and the growth that you can make is just absolutely amazing. So I continue to coach and, continue a career with IOI and my individual transformational coaching. And I'm looking forward to helping a lot more people. I have a heart of service, and I'm so excited to let people know that they aren't alone, and it can be them. And so why not?
Absolutely. Well, it's so good to have you out there in the world and really creating this culture with Inside Out Institute, because a lot of people are hurting right now. And like you said, the subconscious and conscious, what that really means is our thoughts and our emotions and our baggage and our traumas are sitting there in the conscious, if that makes sense. So for me and Colleen to take action we have to really address the feelings and the emotions on the inside. And that's why it's called Inside Out. But really, all your answers are not on the outside. It really stems from what is inside of you. So if you have anxiety and fears and depressions and stuff, and you don't really get worked on that, then that's what's going to hold you back from hitting your true potential. And just knowing that we have massive potential as human beings, it could be a scary kind of thought, but also could be a very inspirational thought, depending on how we can clean up on the inside there, so that you do believe in yourself and you do have that self-confidence, and you do you're following that purpose and mission, that you're aligned with people that are like-minded. So that's what we're building here with IOI, since really July of 2020, and then really exploding now and going into the new year. So Colleen, thanks so much for being one of our top leaders.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much for your attitude and overcoming the things, and keep doing it. We believe in you, and congratulations on everything. Thanks so much for being the overcomer of the week.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, excited to bring this every single week and highlight somebody that's overcoming, because we all need that inspiration, including myself, to really know that we all can overcome, and everything is figure-outable. No matter what trials and tribulations you face, you got it. And we know that you can get through this, and especially with the support and help and coaching. So thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate it.
Thank you.